Today we're going to show you step by step exactly how we build this beautiful aquascape ecosystem pond indoors inside Canada's second largest Canadian tire that's ever existed. Staff is excited, we're excited, and I cannot wait to show you how we build this pond. Okay, so one of the challenges with the project we're about to build is that the fact that it needs to get 2-foot depth for the water for the fish to make sure that they have a fantastic environment. We want to get a nice waterfall, not too loud or too large. We want it to look natural, and of course that's a challenge when you're indoors and you have a very specific footprint on getting that height and that natural look. One of the ways that we're planning on actually getting that look is that we're going to use our faux stone panels as a backdrop. We have a few challenges with this project. Not only is it indoors, so no equipment possible, but we have to be ready before their grand opening. On top of that, we actually have to build the retaining boulders. This is not a simple build.
So here's our plan, and here's our space. We have an 11 by 16 foot pond that's planned out, and we have to do a double retaining wall along the sides. And we have to get that height that I talked about on the backside.
That's the end of day one. Now, we didn't get very far on day one, but that's because our boulder load took a little bit of extra time. So tomorrow we're all prepped, everything's ready. I can get started and get moving. One of the main considerations after we put these boulders is how do we retain, get the shape, doesn't look like a curb. We need to get the height. They want 2 feet, enough for fish. They want to bring in as many koi. They want to show off aquatic plants. So a consideration we have to take into account is how are we going to retain the boulders, make it stable, make it long lasting, because we know kids are going to climb on, we know adults are going to climb on over it. And one of the original designs that I proposed actually had a deck because I thought people would want to get up and close and personal. But they felt that that would take up too much room and didn't actually match the intent. They wanted this natural look inside, as if we dug around, excavated around, and this is what was left. So we used our artificial rock panels to create this backside. You'll see that in a second. Now, one of the main considerations is, yes, we have to build these layer by layer. And once we put it in, it is a ton of work to get the soil out. We have to compact the soil so that it actually can retain. We have to set in 2 different stages of rock for every level just to get our height right. So first thing we're going to do is set in our entire inner layer and then our entire outer layer. And then we're going to backfill that with soil, test it, and then move on to the next level. So this is a little bit unique. This is twice the amount of rock work that we've ever had to do for such this size pond. And then we have to actually get serious height for our waterfall so that it actually can fit the Biofall 6000. This is a big biofalls for such a pond. And we want to have some impact for it, but we also want a lot of filtration because we know they're going to load this with fish. Thankfully, we also know they're going to load this up with plant life, so that's going to be great for the filtration. Day 3, most of the footage was lost. 1, because I was actually at a meeting, so I wasn't able to be here for the whole build, but it actually went pretty well. We got those outer retaining boulders in. We're moving on to the next level.
Okay, everybody, so we have our pond live. We just have our final pieces set in. All we're waiting on is our artist to come and finish the cap of this piece. We've already started it up here, so you can see the texture blend in. We have to clean up, and then Canadian Tire Wellington gets to start putting in their plants. They've done a fantastic job, as you can see already, and they're going to plant up everything around here. They've even already started to add their little touches, like that turtle. So we have this beautiful waterfall coming, cascading and splitting. There's going to be koi fish in here. We've added all of these, this bit of moss in and around. There's going to be a nice big planting bed here.
Okay, we're complete. Let me take you on a tour. This beautiful space in the garden center. They open now. So, I want to take you with me as we go see this one-of-a-kind Canadian Tire. We built this 7 months ago. Come check it out. Alright, so one of the most unique parts of this project was the fact that we had to build up off the ground, which meant we needed these giant retaining boulders to ring it around, tamp earth in between so that we could actually do the pond in a typical fashion on the inside. Now, one thing that's not typical, and something people ask me all the time, is how do we reconcile or incorporate artificial rock? Well, because we needed that height, we actually built this faux stone wall. So let me show you that right. So yes, we built these retaining boulders over here to naturalize the face, but on the back side we needed more height faster. So what we did was we built these faux stones out of our panel, colored them, anchored them into the ground to make sure that we had enough height for our biofalls and to get the depth of the pond that we wanted. So there you have it. Kind of incredible that we were able to transfer this space into this in just 7 days on site, and of course 7 months more for the plants and fish to grow up. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you subscribe and like if you've made it this far. Make sure to comment what you like the best. See you on the next one.